Let me introduce you to Dynamic Torque Control All-Wheel Drive. That's what this has. Now, it is a regular all-wheel drive vehicle every day. So while you're driving, you have a majority of your power and torque is always up front unless it detects slippage. That's one of the reasons why it'll send up to 50% of its power to the rear wheels. Now, let's say you're in sport. Push the sport button. That will actually have a little bit more torque going back to the rear wheels, and it does it so when you're going through corners and whatnot, four-wheel drive pulls you through the corner a little easier than front-wheel drive. So it has that as well. Then there's this other button. You push it, and it locks up the electromagnetic coupler instantly. And what you get is a 50-50 split front and rear. Now that really helps you when you're in deep snow or in super, super loose sand. So all four wheels are helping to pull you out of whatever situation you may be. Welcome to Moab, Utah, man country, off-road country. It's the Mecca for off-roaders throughout the world. People bring their cars and trucks here from everywhere. Now, why did I bring a Toyota RAV4 here? Well, I wanted to show you something special. Yes, indeed. Because, yes, it has the regular four-cylinder, what's that, 176 horsepower, 172 pound-feet of torque, 6-speed automatic transmission. Same vehicle that we put up recently against the Honda CR-V. But during that time, it struck me that the all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive system in this vehicle is a little bit different than many of the competitors. I've been very mature during this drive, and I've limited my power brake turns to only a few times. It's too easy to wipe out here. Okay, I wanted to point out one thing, which is one of the cool things, well, one of the many cool things about this all-wheel drive system is it actually can anticipate to a certain degree what you're going to be doing before you really do it. Let me give an example. Let's say you're at a light, at a full stop, and you punch it. Well, what's going to happen is it's going to send power right when you do that to the rear wheels because it's making the assumption you want maximum grip and maximum acceleration, and it does it automatically. You don't have to tell it to do so. Now, when you're in sport mode, and I mentioned it before, you are able to go around corners, and it will engage the all-wheel drive system to help you go around those corners as efficiently and as capably as possible. It's a lot of fun. This sand is super, super, super loose, and if I shake the wheel too much, I'll start really losing it, but the control has been excellent. Now, I've been keeping it at around 30 miles per hour, which means the 50-50 split isn't really active because it's not necessary. Right now, the computer is able to figure it out. However, I come to a halt, and I trigger it. Once again, it's right here, just above your left knee, and it shows, it flashes, and then front, rear, 50% lock each. And as long as I'm going under 25 miles per hour, it's going to keep doing that. Now, it's kind of useless here on an open piece of dirt road, but if you're going through some dunes and you're starting to bog down, it certainly helps. And it really helps if you're in deep mud or snow, and that's really its whole purpose. It only works up until 25 miles per hour. But you see, a lot of people think, well, okay, then it just shuts off and you're back to front wheel drive. No, you're back to the regular all-wheel drive system, which will detect slippage and will send power back to the rear wheels up to 50%. So instead of being locked once you pass 25 miles per hour, it's automatically deciding how much power should be allocated to the rear wheels. right now I'm just gonna accelerate, and once I get over 25 miles per hour, it's right now assuming, okay, you don't need 50-50 split anymore. All you need is front wheel drive, activating the rear wheels when it detects slip, which in this case is quite a bit, because as I accelerate, I can actually feel the wheels slipping a little bit. Let me put it to you this way. When we drove this against the Honda CR-V, I felt that with the right tires, this would be the better vehicle. The contest between the two actually had this doing a little bit better on snow and ice. All in all, without the running boards, the step plates, this is so much more enjoyable to drive this vehicle. I highly recommend doing that, getting rid of those things, deleting them, and just driving the Toyota RAV4 as is. So, what it meant to me was, it's a really good system. It just needs something to really grab the ground. Then I thought about it and I thought, maybe we could try it in a different off-road environment and see how this system works and how well it works. And you know what? It works really well in this environment. I would be even more surprised if I had an opportunity to put serious off-road tires on this and give it like just a 1-inch lift, just a little tiny bit. I'm willing to bet this thing would be really capable. So far we've gone over obstacles that, despite what you guys say about bringing your Honda Civic and going over it or whatever, real obstacles that are difficult for most all-wheel drive vehicles to go over, this is done very well. And it's using rather simple rubber too. We're talking about, these are mud and snow tires that are pretty good on ice and snow and mud. I did want to bring it out here because I was sure there was more to this Toyota than I originally thought when I first drove one off-road that had step plates on it, and those particular things really made it not such a great off-road vehicle. But just by removing those and allowing a little bit more, room underneath, it's not bad. It's good in snow, we've already established that, and it actually can handle some fairly difficult sandy, rocky roads. I'm impressed. For the Fastlane Car, this is Nathan Adlin. I hope you've enjoyed this little tech segment. Don't forget to go to tflcar.com for news, views, and real-world reviews. Hasta luego. Asking about the hat, I wear this almost every time I come out to Moab. Why? Because it's a desert. It's easier to cover the head. Yeah, I look like an idiot, but you know what? I'm nice and comfortable. And yeah, I'm in Moab, which is pretty cool. So for those of you who don't like what I'm wearing, yeah, tough.